I keep seeing the same sentiment over and over when it comes to Cam Ward, and this is the notion that he is the most slept on, most underrated number one pick that we have ever had, maybe. And at some point, when enough people are saying that, don't you think it changes to the pressure begins to build a little bit for Cam Ward as that hype machine starts to grow through this preseason process?
In a way, but the fact that the Titans did go, 3-14 last year seems to help them, because I'm starting to see those some people saying that, the AFC South is not overpowering. Just because the Houston Texans have won this division the last 2 years, it's there for the taking. We have literally seen a team go worst to first most years. It didn't happen in 24, but it happened in 23. We saw Jaden Daniels come in as, the number one pick last year, take the Commanders to the playoffs. So, a rookie quarterback coming in the year before that, it was C.J. Stroud with Houston. So it can be done with a rookie quarterback. It can certainly be done in the AFC South. And you're right about a certain amount of pressure because people are starting to pay more attention. It's like, ooh, oh wait, I forgot Cam Ward was taken by the Titans. What is he doing down there? And the reviews here are that he's doing a good job. The Titans defense, the defensive coordinator is throwing the kitchen sink at this young man, trying to help him get ready. We'll see. That's what makes these joint practices today in Tampa, next week with Atlanta, how the value of those and what somebody else throws at him, how he handles it. But then Sunday, the offense was so bad, the coach was cussing them out. It was an ugly performance. They bounced back with what we saw yesterday, a good performance. He's a rookie. It's going to happen. So, but yeah, people are starting to pay attention. And, that's the thing. I think that's the biggest reason for this 2-week road trip for the Titans is to see if he can help, I mean, with the changes, it's not as bad as college football, but you got to bring a team together quickly in an off season. And that's what he's trying to do with this road trip.
What's been the thing that you've liked the most from Cam Ward out at practice?
CJ, the way that he's always talking he's always talking trash. He doesn't back down from defenses, but he's always talking to his receivers. He's trying to make sure that they are on the same wavelength, that they're seeing, and it's like, why did you make this turn in a route? This is what I saw. This is why I threw the ball here. And, I'm not going to be surprised if we see a lot of Alec Ayamaner and Shem DK out of Florida, the two receivers that were taken on the third day of the draft, because those two, I mean, the receiving corps has got, playing time up for grabs. Yes, you've got Calvin Ridley, who's become his best friend at Cam Ward. You've got Tyler Lockett from Seattle, who's that wily veteran. You've got Van Jefferson, who is trying to show that he's at least the number 3, if not number 2 receiver. But those two rookies are going to be huge. And Gunnar Helm, the tight end from Texas, he's a guy that, I tend to agree with some of my colleagues up here in the Nashville Media Corps. He might be the number 1 tight end on this team right now. They've said these young players are going to be the ones leading them. And there's a young group on offense around Cam Ward ready to pick that up and go.
How have you seen the relationship between Cam Ward and Jeffrey Simmons grow? I saw a picture of the two of them fishing together, and then there was a clip that circulated on one of the NFL Network interviews where Jeffrey Simmons was joking about how, yeah, sure, Cam Ward's dicing up the defense now, but once he gets back in the mix, like, that's a different story. It just feels as if in terms of having a defensive vet that Cam Ward can lean on, that relationship has started to grow early.
Oh, absolutely. When Jeff Simmons came in the mini camp at the end of the offseason program, he was talking so much smack at Cam Ward, and the rookie came right back. So I think that there's that respect that this rookie is not backing down. And if he's taking it from a teammate, a 3-time Pro Bowler, and, Jeff Simmons has lost a bunch of weight. He's down to around 305, which is what he's listed at. But he is moving very, very fast. It's one of those things that he's helping him with the pressure and the fire, the defenses he's going to be facing. But, Jeff Simmons is a Mississippi kid. Cam Ward is a Texas kid. So I think there's something there as well that they do get along. And I think it's only a win-win because, if you've got that I mean, how many times we hear teams kind of falling apart when there's this division between offense and defense? But when your top defensive player and your quarterback have each other's backs, I think that's something that can only help throughout the locker room. Oh, and the Titans on Tuesday, to help that situation, brought in Cam Ward's cousin, a 10-year veteran, a 3-time Pro Bowler in Quandre Diggs, who the Titans signed last year. He played 8 games before a foot injury, and he is back with the team to, brings a lot of experience to that secondary room. But I'm really curious to see how long he sticks around, because he looked good when he was playing last year. He just got hurt. So, and now he's got a guy who, Cam Ward walks into the locker room. Not only is Jeff Simmons standing there, his cousin Quandre Diggs is right there as well.
When the Titans play the Bucs this weekend, how much run do you expect for Cam Ward? Has there been any indication they're playing for that?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Brian Callahan said yesterday that Cam Ward will be playing with the starters at least a series or 2. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, preseason games, we've seen starters go a series and then out. So, but Cam Ward, I mean, they understand they need him ready September 7th at Denver. So if he gets 2 series Saturday night, I won't be surprised.
With the rest of the preseason, it's the preseason, but at the end of the day, there are things that you can take away, things that people look forward to. Is there one storyline that you're particularly interested in seeing play out as we get into the preseason action this coming weekend?
Does Aaron Rodgers play in Pittsburgh? How does Shedeur Sanders play for the Browns in a quarterback room that's got 6 guys? Not, that counts all the injured guys, but I mean, yeah, he's 4th exactly. Shedeur Sanders is 4th on their quarterback list, the roster that depth chart that they put out Monday, and yet he's starting against Carolina. So, that's good. And Travis Hunter, I mean, he's the kid that they're working in at, he's starting at wide receiver opposite Brian Thomas for the Jaguars, but he's also listed as a backup cornerback. Is he going to play 2 ways in the preseason, or are they saving that for packages when they hit the regular season? So those are some of the things I'm keeping an eye out.
Teresa, what are some things that Titans fans should be excited about going into the season this year?
Well, Cam Ward, I mean, the fact
outside of Cam Ward, right? I think everybody's excited about Cam.
I mean, I literally just saw a tweet pop up that said, "Happy Cam Ward first official joint practice day to all who celebrate." So we're just checking off everything on the list of what we can anticipate to see from Cam Ward this season.
Well, the offensive line, I mean, let's face it, it's been a revolving door. The inability to protect a quarterback going back, it's been an ongoing issue. There's a reason why they spent, consecutive first-round picks on offensive line. Dan Moore has kind of been invisible in training camp, and for a left tackle, that's a good thing, especially with their recent history. So can they protect the quarterback? Can they do that through the second and third teams? Special teams. I mean, we've got a new kicker in Joey Sly. He hit that 66-yarder a couple weeks ago in practice at the stadium. They've got Johnny Hecker, who's been a Pro Bowl punter. We're still looking to see who will be the returner. Is it, Pro Shea, who's wide receiver? And I'm trying to think of the other, Jaquan Jackson has also been getting a chance. So who steps up at returner? And, on defense, I really want to see... L'Jarius Sneed is not quite back yet from the PUP list, so we'll see when he gets back. But in the meantime, he hasn't been very healthy since he came to Tennessee. So who is going to step up? Right now, it's been Roger McCreary, Jarvis Brownlee, who's in his 2nd year, really coming on. And remember last week I mentioned James Williams at inside linebacker. That's a kid that it's like he just keeps finding a way. He's the starter at inside linebacker next to Cody Barton, the guy they went out and signed. So yet another young player that the Titans are going to be leaning on heavily this season. So there's a lot to watch. And what receivers are, how's that receiver rotation going? Because that may be the area with the most competition for jobs on the roster when the cuts are made August 26th.
The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt, live every weekday at 8 a.m.